Hey everybody, my name is Stephanie and I'm here with my good friend April, probably one of my best lemongrass friends, and we are taking over the Take a Look call. However, April and I have so much fun that Heidi Least, owner and founder of Lemongrass, has to be here to chaperone us to make sure that we don't get out of control, because we are talking tonight about something that both April and I really love, and that is travel. And April and I, we don't live in the same town. We don't really live very close to each other. And so the only time that we really get to hang out is when we travel. So this would be, we thought this would be a fantastic topic for us to bring to you guys tonight and just share some of our favorite money saving travel hacks, travel tips, whatever you want to call it. I am in Eastern Iowa, and April and I, like I said, when we travel together, we get to go to places like the Dominican Republic or Orlando or Riviera Maya. And in a couple weeks, we get to hang out on the beaches of Jamaica together. So April, I cannot wait to travel with you again. And I'm going to give you the floor a little bit just so you can share who you are. And then we're going to jump right into our travel tips.
Well, thank you, Stephanie. Yes, I am so excited to see you in a few short weeks. I am April Carnahan. I am in Eastern Nebraska. So Stephanie and I are about like 5 hours away or so. But yes, love to be able to travel. A couple of spots you didn't mention that I particularly enjoyed. Savannah. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. And then we're going to Jamaica, but then like about a month after that, we get to go to Orlando. So, I mean, so many travel tips I know both you and I have to share with this. So super excited.
Yay! We're going to have such a fun summer, April. And Heidi, you're just going to have to kind of rein us in on all of our trips. Okay. For those of you guys who may not have a whole lot of time, I'm going to share my absolute favorite travel tip with you, but I'm going to leave it with a little bit of a hook or a little bit of a teaser, if you want to call it that. If you can only listen for 5 minutes, this is my favorite tip. However, hang all the way to the end, because this tip is going to end up with a potential for it being a completely free tip at the end. So that's your little teaser. Stick around for the whole thing, gather all of these amazing tips, and then wait till the end to hear what we have for you. So my favorite travel tip, budget friendly, the way for you to save money is to have lemongrass pay for your vacation. I absolutely love that every single consultant, no matter what level, whether they've just joined or they've been in for 17 years, has the opportunity to have lemongrass pay for a vacation. That's the vacation that April and I get to go on in Jamaica in a couple of weeks. Everybody can earn this trip. And you guys, if you don't spoil yourself, let lemongrass spoil you, because that is exactly what they're going to do on this trip. Is they're going to spoil you like crazy. They treat us like royalty, and it's so much fun. But you know what? The spa trip every year is not the only way that you get to travel with lemongrass. There's multiple events throughout the year. Like April had mentioned, we're doing our conference in Orlando in a couple of months. There are leadership retreats, and many organizations or many teams do random get-togethers. Like our team just did a trip to Idaho last month, and April, you got to go on that trip. So there are so many different ways that you get to travel with lemongrass just by being a part of our family. So that's my favorite travel hack, is to let lemongrass pay for your vacation, or to take multiple different trips with lemongrass throughout the year.
I love that tip, Stephanie, because part of the reason with me and lemongrass was once I learned I could make some money with this, that money fueled my urge to travel. And I always say what's better than a girl's trip is a girl's trip that the tax man likes to give you back at the end of the year. So awesome business perk and tax advantage there. So you get 2 for 1 in that deal. But with all that traveling, we need to stay hydrated, right? So my first tip for you is going to be packing along a water bottle. I know we carry them around with us all of the time to stay hydrated, but just think about traveling. You might be changing altitudes, different climates. They can all kind of get us wore down, or maybe the airplane ride can certainly dehydrate us. So taking that water bottle with you, you can actually like get them filled up at gas stations, restaurants. Most of the time you just have to ask and they will fill that up for you. So you don't have to spend say that $8 or $9 on a bottle of water at the airport or wherever you're at. So if you already take the water bottle with you, drop a blue heart, or if this is a new tip for you, I would love to help if hear from you if that is going to be a new tip for you to take that water bottle with you. I know Stefanie likes to keep hydrated. She is always having a water bottle with her.
I have probably 2 or 3 at a time, almost always. So yes, that's a fantastic one. All right, so April and I both kind of talked about some like traveling out of town ones. I want to give you guys a staycation tip. I know a lot of us use a staycation time to save money, but here's what I hear a lot from friends is they do staycations, but they don't really do anything while they're staying home. So it's not really a vacation, they're just staying home. And I want to encourage you guys, if you're going to save money this year by doing a staycation, be intentional with that. What are some of the places that you would go to if a friend was visiting? Where would you love to show them about your hometown? You can splurge on a staycation and still be spending a lot less than you would have if you had gone on an actual vacation. So go to that restaurant that you wouldn't go to normally, out to the theater that you wouldn't usually do. Maybe there's some state parks or city parks or county parks in your area. Go hike around there. Make your staycation intentional so that it's building memories and it's not just a week that you wasted by not spending any money. So please, please, if you're doing a staycation, splurge on yourself a little bit. You will still be spending less and you're going to be making memories. And honestly, you guys, that's what vacations are all about anyway. They're a break from normal life and they're about making memories. So be intentional with your staycations. That is my next tip.
I love that, Stefanie. And so Nebraska has this cool thing called a passport. And so every year there's different destinations and your goal is to fill up your passport with stamps where you visit. And so we've done that a couple of years. And it's so much fun because, I mean, most of the time they're not places we would be normally going or not even know they were there. So that's really fun. And what do you need when you are exploring new places? You need a little bit of money, right? So what I love with lemongrass is that opportunity to be able to earn a little extra cash. It's like your fun money to spend that you don't have to take out of your family's budget. And here's a little tip I got for you, okay? We all know about Flat Stanley, right? So Flat Stanley travels around everywhere, okay? Well, what if you instead incorporated your favorite lemongrass product? So drop in the comments, let me know what your favorite lemongrass product must have for summer is, because that product could become your Flat Stanley, and you could take that product everywhere and tell the stories that your product is doing for you during the summer. I have the Bugaboo, but I know Healing Elements might be one of those. But where could your favorite product explore, and what would you be using it for? So by sharing the adventures and the products that you're already using, whether it is to keep those bugs away, or maybe the healing elements for that sunburn you got while you were exploring, tell those stories, and other people are going to be drawn in and want to use that product. And that's how you get to earn that little extra cash to have those fun times, make those memories, and get that ice cream cone.
Oh my goodness, yum, ice cream. Okay. April, my next tip has to do with you. Oh, actually, can I tag on to that, your last tip really quick? You guys, one of my favorite things to do is to pick a vacation scent. And I bring all the things in that scent. So let's just say, I know April's going to talk about the sun-kissed coconut. So let's just use that. I would get the body wash in the sun-kissed coconut, the lotion, the bronzing oil, the body spritz. I would get it all of those things, the shampoo and conditioner, all those things come with me on the trip. And I use those all vacation long. Then when I'm back home, and I smell that, I'm like instantly transported back to that vacation. So I love having your favorite products, April, like you just mentioned, to come alongside you with your trip. But pick a scent and make that your vacation scent so that every time you smell it, you're just like, oh, so fun. It was such fun memories. Okay, but back to what I was going to share about April. You guys, traveling with April, she always knows. She always knows what to get at restaurants. She's so good. In fact, I'm like, April, what are you going to get? Because I know she's looked into it. And so here's my tip about this. And this one makes me think about April is when you're traveling, and if you're trying to keep your activities budget down a little bit, I want you to choose if you are a foodie, like if you like to prioritize food things, or if you're like an activity type person and you prioritize activities. So let's see, April, I love your tip to draw hearts. So let's say either type in your favorite food or put the emoji of your favorite food in if you are a foodie and that is totally your priority. Or let's do for your activity, just type your favorite activity, or if you like to find emojis, find an emoji of your favorite activity and put that in the comments, because I love to live vicariously through people. And so that will be really fun to be able to see what you guys like. But prioritize your trip so that you're not spending money on both food and activities. If you really love food, research and find restaurants that are unique and have a unique ambiance or an atmosphere, or even there's a restaurant in Colorado. I don't even know if it's still open, but they did cliff diving inside the restaurant. And so you would go and you would eat and the food was great and you would get to be entertained at the same time. So find places like that where it's going to be more memorable than just a meal. It's going to be an actual event in your vacation. Vice versa, let's say you're an activities person and you're we're going to the beach and we're doing all these things. Then my big tip to you is when you get to the place that you're staying or the hotel or be an Airbnb or whatever, grocery shop. Do some grocery shopping when you get there right away so that keeps your food budget down and you can do your food prep at the place that you're staying. And then you have more money to spend on those activities and those memory making things there. So prioritize. If you want to really focus on your food, then absolutely do that. And if you really want to focus on your activities, then find ways to bring down the food budget.
Love that. And yes, love to eat food. So that is why I always, I plan ahead. So if I know where we are going, I am going to be checking out their menu. And my next tip ties in with the whole food situation, of course, because I feel like whenever I travel, there's always one restaurant where I'm I want to go back to that destination just so that I can eat there again. But how are you going to save on those meals? So happy hour isn't just for cocktails, okay? Happy hour is a great time at many restaurants to save on your meals. And I have found that they aren't usually smaller portions either. They're just the same meal at a discounted price. So that's an awesome saving tip. Yeah, you're going to eat a little bit earlier, but then that gives you the rest of the evening maybe to hit up the sunset or take in a nightly show. So that is one. And then to tie into that, like Stefanie was mentioning, going grocery shopping. So if you are staying somewhere where you can't fix a meal or have a fridge to store stuff, go to the grocery store or a local deli and grab a sandwich or a salad and enjoy a picnic, or maybe eat it on the beach and watch the sunset. So that's my money saving tips for you. So I would love if you have a favorite place that you've ate, drop that in the comments, because I would love to add it to my list because I do have an ongoing list of places I want to eat.
I love that. And April, I think that so much of this kind of just comes down to research. If you really take the time to look into the place that you're going, you guys, you can find so many money saving hacks just by doing a little bit of research in the town that you're going to be at. Google it. I mean, we always call it the Google machine at our house. What's the Google machine say? But Google free activities and then the town that you're going to be visiting, or find Facebook groups that are dedicated to those local towns. There's going to be so many different tips. You can join those Facebook groups and even ask, what are your, hey, local peeps, what are your favorite things to do in this town? And you will get a slew of fantastic tips. For instance, in the town that we're in, we have a performance water ski team. And this is a shameless plug because I grew up skiing with them. But they perform for free on Sundays and Wednesdays all summer long. And those, they're in those free groups. They're on those free lists when you search free activities in the Quad Cities. So things like that are really unique and fun, you're going to be able to find if you spend some time doing a little bit of research. Heidi, I don't know how we're doing on time. You're our chaperone. Are we? Do we have some time to share maybe a couple more tips?
Oh, absolutely. You guys are doing great.
All right. So I have a list, you guys, and I had to narrow it down off my list because we would be here all night long if I was talking all of these things. I think what I'm going to share next is a money-saving hack on your skincare, especially if you're flying. I always tell my friends and family when they're getting their lemongrass to shoot for the best price per ounce. I'm a big price per ounce shopper. And obviously our bigger bottles of any skincare is your best price per ounce. However, it's not going to be a good price for you if TSA throws it out at the airport check-in. That's a waste of money. So save your big purchase, your big bottles for your bathroom, and get the new mini customizable 5-step skincare set. Guys, it's only $20 and you get all 5 of your main, actually, I didn't plan this, I promise. I have one sitting right here. I was just showing it to somebody who is looking for a skincare kit to travel, but it's all 5. Look at how cute these are, of your little mini main 5 steps in your skincare routine. This is more than enough for a 1 week or even a 2-week vacation. They go with you. They're all TSA friendly. You stick them in a Ziploc bag. And one of my favorite things to do is I buy this once. I can't hold them all up. Sorry, guys. My poor camera is like, oh, I don't know what to do. Buy them once and then refill them from your big bottles that are the better price per ounce anyway. So you're saving money that way as well. But for $20, you get all 5 of your main sets. You just throw them in a Ziploc bag. They travel with you. I absolutely love it. And you cannot travel without your skincare. I mean, how many pictures are you going to be taking on vacation? You want your skin to look absolutely the best. So that is my travel hack for skincare. Get that $20 mini customizable kit. You will not regret it. And it can go with you wherever you go.
Stefanie, yes, I love the minis and being able to refill them. And so you always have your favorites to travel with you. And just so happens we have this limited edition hair care travel bag so that you get those minis in your favorite products. Unbagging, can that be a word? So you get the shampoo and conditioner in Sun-Kissed Coconut, and Stefanie mentioned earlier about Sun-Kissed Coconut being your travel scent. So you can have that in shampoo and conditioner. Wash away the salt and the chlorine from the day to keep your hair healthy. And perhaps you're spending all of that time out in the sun, whether you're on vacation or just at home, going to all the sporting activities and everything outside. you're going to want to grab the mask, whether it's in this mini or in the full size, because you want to deep condition your hair 1 to 2 times a week with that mask, because that sun exposure and all of the activities really can damage our hair. So let's keep that healthy. And the easiest way to style your hair is sea salt spray. And so speaking, scents really do play such a big role in our lives, whether we know it or not. And so I was re-smelling this again just to, get a little sniff of it. And I think it reminds me of the pina colada Dum Dum Sucker. I don't know. I just love it. It smells so good. A little bit of pineapple, some coconut and vanilla in there. You can add volume to your hair. You can give your hair a little bit of beachy waves with the sea salt spray. And also in the bag, you get an awesome hair clip, because we're going to need to clip that hair up, whether it's after the pool or getting out of the beach. A little easy way to get that hair out of the way to take on the rest of the day. And this awesome comes in a cute bag. It's only $34 this month, and then it disappears. You save $18, and then you have your travel size of your favorites that you can refill all year long, because I know a lot of us travel outside of the summer as well. So it's a great way to save and have your favorites to go with you. And one short plug, because I have to, you need dry shampoo. It fits in that bag too. So get that, because there's no propane or butane in here. So you can sit around the campfire and not worry about your hair going up in flames. Okay, we don't want those disasters. So try out this dry shampoo if you haven't yet. Oh, and by the way, let's get back to this awesome bag. We are going to be giving a bag away. So who do you know that would love this bag of hair care products? Maybe they already love Sunkissed Coconut, or maybe you know that they should be trying it. Tag them in the comments and hashtag coconut so they can experience this awesome travel hair care set.
Sweet. Can I do a giveaway too? I want to do
Why not?
April, before
off yet.
Before I get into that, because that's kind of the end of what we were talking about. Was there anything else you wanted to share before we go into the final giveaway?
I don't have anything. This has been so much fun. I'm glad. I wish we would have more time, because I know we have so many more tips to share.
I agree. Okay, so earlier when we just first started our call, I told you that there was a way for you to have to get all of these amazing travel tips, especially with lemongrass, for free, like $0 investment. And that's what we're going to be talking about right now. So with lemongrass, you guys, yes, you're getting fantastic products. Yes, you're getting an amazing deal on your consultant kit, but more than that, you get a family. And that is, I have been around for many, many years. And that is one of my favorite parts about lemongrass, is that you get a family. When you join our family, we are family. And I keep using that word because that's what it is. But there are multiple different ways that you guys can join our family. And I want you to connect with the person who invited you, the consultant who invited you to this call tonight. He or she is going to be able to help you get exactly the right fit for you. But Heidi has so generously offered that if anybody enrolls tonight or all the way up until tomorrow morning, so May 20th, Friday, May 20th, by 11 a.m. Eastern time, if you enroll with any of our consultant kits, your name is going to be entered into a drawing to be reimbursed for the cost of that kit. So that means you're going to be joining our family for free. You're going to have access to earn a spa trip for free. You can even join us in July at our conference in Orlando and come find April and I and be like, oh my goodness, we're traveling together. And that will be so fun. And April and I will absolutely celebrate with you. So here's how you're going to do this, because I don't want you to miss any steps and to be able to get entered into winning your consultant kit for free. hashtag right now in the comments, hashtag ready to join. And if you can, tag the girl who, or the guy or girl who invited you so that they know that you are ready to join, and they can help you get signed up. And then Heidi, what she's going to do by 11 a.m. tomorrow. So if you're watching this not live, that is Friday, May 20th, 11 a.m. Eastern. Make sure it's all done by then. Heidi's going to go through our comments for our call tonight. She's going to look at everybody who says hashtag ready to join, and then go through the list of everybody who joined. And she is going to draw a lucky winner, and you will be reimbursed your consultant kit. And, you know, even if you're not reimbursed, the consultant kit is totally worth it anyway. No matter what, it'll be an absolute, an amazing adventure in your life. And we cannot wait to welcome you into our family. Besides all my 100 other tips that I wanted to share with you guys, that's all I have tonight. April, is there anything else? And then Heidi, you can jump in too and close us out so we don't keep talking.
Ladies, you did an amazing job. I love all the different tips. And you know what? I'm really torn between foodie and adventure experience. And with our family, we usually bounce back and forth and try to do it all. But thank you so much for all the tips. They were wonderful. And get in on these drawings. If you're watching tonight and thinking, oh, you know what? I want to tag a friend. I want to get involved with this company. Now is a fantastic time going into summer for that extra cash. What do you think, April?
Oh my gosh, yes. And if you guys have extra tips that we didn't cover, drop those in the comments too, because I'm always up for extra tips to save money, to have fun, and just enjoy the adventure of it all.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We really appreciate it. Have a great night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.